Good afternoon, everyone. It's Leveraging Up Your Voice, Your Story, Your Impact. Today, I have with me Aaron Powell, and in the background where you can't see him, it's Wilson Vargas. And I had the amazing opportunity to meet with both of these people, both of these men, to learn a little bit more about their amazing Myco Organics drink that not only tastes good, it's amazing for children too. Now, where do you find that? But anyway, how are you doing today, Aaron?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I am so excited because I love the fact that you're going to be sharing what you and Wilson are creating. And so what I'd like you to start with is this, Aaron. What inspired you to start the business that you and Wilson have chosen to do?
Great question. So as you'll notice, all over our website, over all of our products, we are a veteran-owned company. Wilson was prior career military, sustained some injuries, deals a little bit of PTSD, a little bit of the mental anxiety side of things. So we started researching some of the benefits of mushrooms. Around the time that we have started researching, the benefits of all functional mushrooms, we started to notice that everything that was out was coffee flavored. There was nothing for kids. My middle child, she's 11 years old now. For about the last 4 to 5 years, has dealt with epilepsy. So we became very, very familiar with lion's mane, some of the mental benefits of lion's mane. So between Wilson's previous military career, some of the injuries he sustained, some of the stuff he deals with, some of the mental side of things that my daughter deals with, we were just looking for a healthier alternative for mind wellness, full body wellness, etc.
Amazing. So, knowing that this drink was created for actually across the board, is that correct, Aaron?
That's correct.
And the fact that adults as well as children can actually drink this. Can you expand a little bit more about what is so special about this drink?
Yes. So I think what really sets us apart from a lot of the others, like I previously mentioned, is whenever we were doing our research, everything was coffee, everything was hot tea, and coffee is a great product. I still myself, I drink coffee all the time. My kids don't drink coffee. High school age athletes don't drink coffee. Middle schoolers don't drink coffee. Not all adults drink coffee, but that was the only option when it comes to functional mushroom drinks. So what we have created is actually the first cold sports drink style functional beverage that is safe for kids. It's packed full of daily vitamins. Whenever we were trying to figure out our vitamin formulation, we took the high end of what an 8-year-old child should have with kind of the medium end of a 40-year-old adult, kind of found a middle of the road, and went with that to make sure it's safe for all ages. My youngest is 5 years old. She loves the flavor of it. I'll give her half a scoop, dilute it down with water so she's not getting, overpowered with the vitamins, but it's completely safe for a 5-year-old to drink in moderation. But we really recommend 8 years to 10 years old from there on up can drink a scoop per day.
That's amazing. That's amazing. In your research and the combination of putting this drink together, what did you learn and how are you integrating those lessons into the product that is now finished for you?
We learned a lot, to say the least. We had probably 3 years of research into this before we actually rolled out the final product. We, of course, learned way more than we ever thought we would learn about the mushroom side of things, which is obviously the staple of the drink. Whenever we were going to find the coloring for it, we tried to go colorless, figured out you mix a non-colored beverage with mushrooms, it looks like muddy lake water. Kids are not going to drink that. We learn really the major benefits of lion's mane affect the mental side of things, which in turn affects kids with ADHD, affects kids with autism. A lot of those types of personalities have trigger points. If something doesn't look appetizing, they're not going to drink it. So we started going through, a rainbow of colors, trying to figure out what looks appetizing, what's safe. Throughout that process, we started figuring out, okay, there are tons of people in the world that are allergic to yellow food coloring. Had to throw that out. With our flavor, this initial flavor being fruit punch, obviously we went red first. Figured out very quickly, red number 40 affects kids with autism with ADHD severely. That was not anything that I knew going into this. So we transitioned away from that. Our final color ended up being a light blue color. Our blue dye is actually the only one that's used worldwide of all the food dyes, even in the European countries that are extremely strict. But just little things like that ended up snowballing into major things. Like, I never would have thought the color of a beverage can trigger a kid that may have autism or may have some other things going on to completely change their personality or, derail them for the rest of the day health-wise.
My goodness, Aaron, you've the lessons learned and what you made changes to, and the cognizant, just being aware of the impact that it could have on children. You had me at hello when you actually showed me this product a couple weeks back, and it's amazing how you really have taken into consideration the full spectrum. Now, I'm going to ask you this because, most people, they don't, they want to try and fit into all these niches. And yet you were able to put together one product that could be intake by any age range, right? What was the defining moment for you and Wilson on this journey that became a game changer for you, and you decided to go with what you had?
So prior to our final product coming out, we sent out about 250 samples over about a 4-month time frame, trying to dial in exactly what our final product was going to be. I think the deciding factor was the overwhelming positive results we got back as far as the benefits. The thing with functional mushrooms is they're adaptogenic, so it can affect different individuals completely different from one another. You'll get everything from mental clarity to gut health to athletic performance to energy, whatever it is. We were getting so many positive results back of, like, somebody would tell us, my digestive system has never cooperated with my body as well as it has been the last 2 months. Or we'd get somebody else that was like, hey, whatever vitamin compound you guys are using mixed with the cordyceps, I have never had more energy on a daily basis than what I have now. One of the samples that we went out to was from an Army vet that had been injured in combat. His son is, I want to say, right around 12 years old now. Severe ADHD, always had problems in school. We got his review back from it that his young son's grades have improved, his focus had improved. And I think just the overall positive reviews that we had and the results that we had that came back, we just told us, hey, this product that we have needs to be our final product. Color, mushroom content, vitamin content, this is it. Let's package it and get it out the door, because we've heard good reviews from 11-year-old all the way up to 60 years old.
Awesome. I'm going to say thank you, because yes, the drink does taste delicious. I got a taste, and it did feel really good taking it. And the fact that it didn't have overbearing taste like the mushrooms. I didn't even know it was mushroom based. But what I'd like to do is this, everything that you just talked about, golden nuggets, Aaron. How can our audience get in touch with you?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking that. So our company is Myco Organics. I have a paper here that'll kind of help with the spelling. Okay. So right there, make sure organics is with an X. It's mycoorganics.com. We'll take you right to our website. There's a dash between that, myco-organics, separate the words. You can get in touch with us there. There's phone numbers listed. There's email addresses listed. You can order the product. If you reach out to us and you would like a sample, that's something we can do as well. our big mission going into this, obviously you want to create a successful business, but you want to help individuals on the way up. With this, to our knowledge, being the first product geared towards kids, if you have kids that may be dealing with other issues inside their body and you want to try a sample before completely committing to a 30-day supply, just reach out to us and we'll send you a week or so for your kids to try, just to make sure, you know, hey, it is as healthy for your son as it is for everybody else or your daughter.
Awesome. You know what, everybody, I hope you leaned in there, because Aaron just gave you an opportunity to not only learn a little more about what that drink is, he's willing to give you a sample so that you can try it on the ones you love. I'm going to take a moment now to say thank you so much, Aaron. Thank you, Wilson, in the background, for showing up today and stopping by. You know, your voice, your story, your impact can make a ripple effect out there in the world. And Aaron, I'm so glad that I got to meet both you and Wilson, and to see the ripple that you are about to make. I'm going to say it's going to be a tsunami.
Perfect. Thank you very much, ma'am. I will close by saying, obviously, we do stand by our product, but what the staple to this drink is the functional mushrooms. If the fruit punch is not your flavor, if you don't like coffee, find these functional mushrooms somewhere in some capacity and start taking them. The benefits that you will get from the, you know, the lion's mane, the cordyceps, the reishi, turkey tail, any combination of those will do nothing but good for your body. Whether it's our product and somebody else's product, get your hands on functional mushrooms. They've been proven for thousands and thousands of years in the Eastern world. They're just now making their way over here. You will not be dissatisfied in that at all.
Thank you so much, Aaron. And we're going to say goodbye for now. Have an amazing day.